Hello and thanks for tuning in to episode 13 of our Black Box series. Today we welcome back Clare Monnelly to GSA to talk about her critically acclaimed play, Charlie's Clepto. Clare, how long has it been since you graduated from the Gaiety School of Acting?
Oh, that's a horrible question. I graduated in 2011, so we're coming up on 8 years.
And if you had to describe in one sentence your time at GSA?
Wow, that's tough. Goodbye, personal space. Hello, career.
That is a good one. You've just finished up a national tour of Charlie's Clepto. Where did you bring it this time round? And have you a favourite moment from the tour?
We were everywhere. We did 14 venues and 22 performances. So we were in Dunleary and Cork and Galway and Monaghan and Cavan and pretty much all over the shop. And my favourite moment, we finished up the tour in the McLally Theatre in Galway, which is the home of Druid, and that was pretty special. So yeah, I think finishing was my favourite moment.
How long was the tour?
5 weeks.
Wow, you packed a lot into those 5 weeks.
Yeah, we did indeed. Access Ballymun are the producers of Charlie's Clepto, and they, Niamh Ní Cruthair, who constructed the whole tour from start to finish, and managed to fit in an awful lot of venues around the country in a short space of time. And myself and Susie Cummins, who's my lighting designer, just booted around the country like.
And yeah, you're not even resting now, I know that.
No.
Let's take it back a step, because I'd love to hear about the writing of Charlie's Clepto. And for those who haven't had the opportunity to witness her story, can you give us a brief synopsis?
Yeah, so Charlie's Clepto is about a young woman called Charlie O'Kelly who has recently had her young son taken away from her. So she fell pregnant by surprise. And in the early time of her having the child wasn't really coping all that well, and so he was taken away and she was given 3 months in which to get a job, get a flat, sort her life out, and she's done all that. But we meet her in the last 24 hours before she finds out if she's going to get him back or not, and of course everything goes a bit awry.
And when did you put pen to paper? Where did the concept come from?
Like years ago, I think it was like late 2014 when I started writing about her. I was sitting in the Dole office waiting to see if I could get social welfare, as is too often the case for jobbing actors, and I just had a voice in my head and I started writing her story. In early 2015 I did a 20-minute version of it in the Collaborations Festival here in Swan Valley, and then late 2016 I did a week's development out in Access in Ballymun, and then in the middle of 2017 we put it on.
How would you describe your writing process? Are you diligent?
Varied, I would say. I've 3 plays that I've written now. So Charlie is the one that we've produced and toured. The next one, Minefield, will be produced in the autumn of this year, and the third one, The Shed, is currently in development. So, but the 3 processes for each of them were so completely different. And I think when I started writing, I felt like I needed to find a process, like rob one of somebody. So every writer who I would meet, I would ask what their process was and try and emulate it in some way. But I think that was probably not the way to go. I think everybody needs to figure out their own. And you can rob elements of people's processes, but I think you need to figure out what works for you.
And can you remember when your love of language and writing began?
I think I've always had love. I mean, I've been acting since I was 8. And I think a big part of that is the love of language and text and story and narrative. So I think that's always been there. But the more and more plays you work on, great plays and not so great plays, I think you learn from being in a room, particularly in a rehearsal room, and particularly with new writing, what works and what doesn't work, or even what works for you and what doesn't work for you, or what you want to see on stage or what you want to produce on stage.
Charlie's Clepto has been nominated for Best Play, Best Actress at the Irish Times Theatre Awards and for the Stuart Parker Trust New Playwright Bursary in 2017. What does that mean to you now?
It's what we've achieved with Charlie is above and beyond anything I ever could have imagined. I started writing because I was bored and because I was unemployed.
Yeah.
I never set out to be a writer, I never set out to be a theatre maker. I wanted to be a job and actor, that's why I came and trained here. But the way the industry is now and the competition that there is among actors and makers, it seemed like the thing to do, the right thing to do, and it's given me a whole new lease of life and a whole new sense of control over my career that I didn't have before. So yeah, everything that we've achieved with it has been beyond all my wildest expectations.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to do what you do?
Don't. No, that's terrible.
Okay, go ahead, don't say that.
Hard work. Really, nothing is going to fall in your lap. You have to be ready and willing and prepared to work really, really, really hard, and also be really, really, really sound.
Nice.
Work really hard, be really sound.
Yeah, that's good life advice there.
Yeah.
What else do you have up your sleeve? Sleeve? I'll go again. What else do you have up your sleeve for the coming year?
Well, I'm currently doing some fundraising for my second play, Minefield. It's going to be produced in the autumn of this year. And I'm going back into the Abbey in June with the Unmanageable Sisters for the summer. Which is going to be great crack and be amazing to be on stage with 15 people instead of on my own. And then Minefield will be produced in the autumn, and then back into development of the third one. Just keep going.
Nice.
Keep going.
Well, you're busy and that's the best way to be. Claire,
Absolutely. I've
really enjoyed our chat. Thank you so much again for popping into us today, and best wishes for the coming months ahead.
Thanks for having me.